Okay guys, so now that you've done the underhand sneak on both your left and your right individually, it's time to put them together. So what I'm gonna show you here is just how to do the move. I'm gonna do it slow, I'm gonna do it quickly, and then I'm gonna break it down for you so that you can do it yourself. So what I want you to do, set the rope out in front of you, go ahead and start picking your sneak on one side, and then instead of taking a break in the middle to be able to catch myself for the next side, I'm just going straight into it. So it's like doing a bunch of behind the back passes as fast as I can. Okay, so whenever you're doing it on one side, as you're flipping the rope over your head, hand passes and I flip. Normally, if I'm just gonna continue to do that side, I would use that stroke as a catch up and then go into it. But what you have to do to be able to go from side to side is whenever that hand is coming through to do your first catch up stroke, so that'd be my right hand in this situation, that hand is coming all the way around to start the motion again on the other side. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Over, pass through. Instead of this hand going into my catch-up stroke, it's going to pass through and kick it. Pass through, kick it, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand behind the back, right hand behind the back, left hand behind the back, right hand behind the back, left hand behind the back, okay? So again, the big thing here is making sure that you don't go into your catch-up stroke. That instead of that stroke here being a load for the catch-up stroke, it's a transition into the sneak on the other side. That's the only difference between one side and both sides at the same time, all right? So again, as I'm coming through with this right hand, it goes behind my back. And then I'm just sneaking from side to side. And you might say, oh, you're just sneaking from side to side. It's real more complicated, or I'm hitting myself in the face a bunch. I promise you, to be able to go quickly and get this a lot, you're gonna hit yourself in the face quite a bit because you're gonna get stuck halfway between doing a catch-up stroke and then trying to go behind your back, and the rope is gonna come right here and hit you, okay? So you just have to remember or be able to go slowly enough that you give yourself the time to go behind your back, behind your back. And the mechanics of everything are the exact same as when you're doing it unilaterally. Now, some pointers once you get into it and you're not hitting yourself every time is really making sure that you're hitting the coil as you're coming through on the downstroke. So, coil, boom, coil, boom, coil, boom, coil. That coil is gonna take your phone booth from being this big to this big, which is gonna give you a lot more speed and a lot more vertical path of the rope. Number two, making sure that you turn your hands, okay? So it's that up to down motion through the pattern that's gonna really give you some speed whenever you start trying to go with this. So behind the back, boom, boom, boom. Palms facing each other, palms facing each other, palms facing away, each other, away, each other, away, okay? So I'm going through that full range of motion with my arms as I'm coiling and as I'm rotating. The last piece is the full weight transfer, guys. If you try to stay in the middle, and I mean, you really can't. Like, if you try to stay in the middle and just make your arms do all of this, your shoulders aren't gonna feel good and you're gonna go slow. But if you can get into the weight transfer, you end up creating a lot more speed for yourself and a lot more athletic application, right? That's the whole point of this. So making sure you stay low, getting that weight transfer, fully coiling, turning those hands, and you'll just be ripping, 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 ripping. All right? So that is your bilateral or double-sided underhand sneak. Have a good time with that one.